UK companies failing to tackle climate change would be delisted from the London Stock Exchange under radical plans for greening the economy being drawn up by Labour.
Here's a summary of the article.
UK companies failing to tackle climate change would be delisted from the London Stock Exchange under radical plans for greening the economy being drawn up by Labour. Asked whether he would delist firms without climate change plans that are already quoted on the stock exchange, McDonnell replied, yes. The steps to banish egregious polluters from the city form part of wider Labour plans to place climate change at the heart of its agenda for government, as the party readies for a possible autumn election. The Shadow Chancellor said he had been impressed by Carney's attempts to drive climate change up the agenda and that someone was required to push the issue to the next stage. McDonnell has previously said the bank's powers to tackle climate change risks in the financial system could be overhauled, as well as measures handing Threadneedle Street a target for raising productivity growth in the UK economy. McDonnell said he thought the finance sector was ready for the changes, as growing numbers of investment management firms signal they will alter investing rules to take account of climate change. The debate is beginning to change. The writing is on the wall and they're going to see opportunities in the mechanisms for tackling climate change as well, McDonnell said.
This post received a score of 25,144, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
All major companies are already listed on multiple exchanges, so they will just move the European listing to another exchange in an EU time zone. Glencore is already listed in Johannesburg and BP in Frankfurt, so they don't even need to make another listing if they don't want to.
What if other countries started to follow suit though, using this as a precedent?
Why? This would just create a massive capital flight from Britain. There's a huge incentive for other countries not to follow suit, because then they get all of the city's capital. They'll just go to the US, and now the US owns all of Britain.
And really, once you denude the city of capital, that's pretty much it for Britain. It'll be like France in the 30s, where business went pretty much all in on bringing down the government and collapsing the state, only this time business is far more international, which will mean less recourse.
Some 20-plus years ago my geography teacher drew 3 circles on a board, they had one word written on each. Population, economy, environment. He then said pick 2, because it would be a decision my generation would be forced to make within my lifetime. I remember very little from school but vividly recall this. I hope we are making that decision now.
That's similar to cheap fast quality. You may pick only 2. Cheap quality is rare.
Not really. You need a set of drawers for your bedroom. You build them yourself. It will take a long time, but you can make it nice quality and for cheap. Or you can buy IKEA and get cheap and fast. Or you can buy high-end set right now but pricey.
Same goes for cooking.
Good example too. The deregulation of environmental regulations so that a tiny minority of powerful capitalists can extract more profits at the cost of a diminished well-being for all people is significantly more radical.
Oof, well put. Clap.
They'll literally just go to the US or China. Or the EU, which is already happening because companies are afraid of losing their passporting rights due to Brexit.
I wish it was that easy, but this is just another populism BS. The LSE is a private company. The government has no control over which company get listed or not.
It's A, pure populism, B, pushing on a string, and C, trying to increase the scope of politicians. If you want radical change, change the whole taxation system to be based on carbon footprints, etc. Introducing a law that threatens miscellaneous bad things unless a rotating set of politicians on a committee are kept happy is just a circus.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.